This is the access to the chapel over the Gate of Dawn. Now in the small town of Trakai, something like that. And this, next to this lake, we're going to see the only castle in Europe built on an island, apparently, and just some interesting home handicraft work. Typical old wooden house in this town, and maybe typifying a lot of the wooden houses that exist in Lithuania at one time. Working on rowboats that ply this lake. Very pretty. I think I'll come back along that path if I can. So pretty. Notice that stone impregnated wall back there for variety. Green color is used as an accent. Actually, here it dominates, but Trakai in 1923. With this pan, you can almost get the sense that this is the way the town looked. And maybe it did. Pretty view. I think we're getting to the end of the spit from which we will get to that castle. The young woman told me it was down here on the right. I just keep on going. Lilacs are everywhere in Vilnius and here. This map presumably explains some of the traces of Grand Duke Vytautas. Vilnius we see at the beginning of that arrow. Trakai, where I am right now, was the original capital, and I believe that would take you down into Poland, where the arrow ends. It's an interesting wooden building, but with the pillars of the neoclassic era. This is the museum, the drawing of what the castle complex might have looked like. It looks like a two-island castle. It's called the Trakai Peninsula Castle. I think the 100 celebrates the end of, I believe, the first Soviet occupation, but I'm not sure. Nearby, nice-looking wooden building. Here, a small collection of interesting wooden houses with what looks like a fortress tower in the background. Perhaps I'll learn more about that a little later. Lovely little colors, particularly when they fade and become pastel. This is a lovely spot, though. Right on the end of this peninsula. A couple of buildings like this that look like administrative buildings, both abandoned. But this complex is, and that tower. Quaint little neighborhood we're ambling through. Lovely collection of wooden homes. I shouldn't say it as though it were unique to this area and contrived. This is their world. Another museum. There's a simple church. And they appear to have kept this entire street as authentic as they could, letting the new buildings go on the street more inland. These places converted to restaurants, no doubt hoping for the tour bus trade. The array of colors is pretty, isn't it?
And they come from smaller villages, and they try to like...
Heavily touristized, of course. But a beautiful location, and for a fortress, serves two functions. It's beautiful, great recreational capabilities, and your enemy has to come all this way and then build boats to get at you. No idea what this is for. But I suspect it's Vitautus or one of his kin, immortalized in wood. Now on that first of those two islands I saw in that drawing, approaching the island that actually held the castle, which had been completely rebuilt. Their big lake cruiser, no doubt designed to keep the tour groups occupied. I wonder what kind of a bridge the king had to get to this island and yet still be able to neutralize his enemies that were attacking. They for sailing, lovely wind. Don't know how much of this was the original. Maybe what's in stone is original, what's in brick is not. Possibly so. Do a 360 from the entrance. The Soviet Cossacks destroyed a good part of this. And I think what they didn't get, Napoleon did. Could be mixing him into this history when he doesn't really belong, not sure. I thought it was interesting that those huge doors have actually four main quadrants. The two up above, quarter circles, they'll swing open also apparently, as well as the bottom part. Human of all of we peaceful humans are the various implements of torture and public humiliation. Some people would think kids climbing in there is too appropriate. We don't have access to the upper floor, which may contain nothing in particular, considering this was all rebuilt. So the lower floor contains a museum. Apparently no English. Probably a pipe holder. I wonder, swagger sticks? But rather ornate. I wonder if these figurine sets were accoutrements of the wealthy or the hope of the poor. Beaded purses. Probably worn as a necklace. Not seen this kind of female apparel before. It's interesting that I too had a fascination with these purses. Still have some, I believe, although I never wore them out in public. Wonder what the benefit of a long pipe is. Voisine, eggs.